The princess's nose suddenly started growing like crazy. Everyone nearby was completely shocked. It grew at lightning speed and stretched across the room onto the street. People were curious about what was happening. One man even tried to cut it to see what it was made of. The princess sneezed, and a building collapsed instantly. The nose kept growing and crossed the border. It reached the snowy Arctic. The freezing air gave the princess a cold. Then the nose crawled into a nearby village in another country. A farmer's wife saw it wriggling and thought it was a python. She poured boiling water on it right away. The stinging pain made the princess scream in agony. The nose then traveled across the ocean. Two kids saw it along the beach. They picked up rocks and started throwing them at it. But they had no idea the princess almost drowned because of it. 2.5 years later, the nose reached Germany. The country thought it was under attack. Soldiers were ready to strike back. Thankfully, a minister explained everything to the German president in time. A war was narrowly avoided. When people learned a special ambassador had arrived, they flooded the streets to welcome her. The nose marched proudly through the streets and finally reached the presidential palace with the soldiers. To show his respect, the president pinned a medal straight onto the nose. The pain hit instantly. The princess's nose went completely out of control at the ceremony. Turns out this bizarre situation was caused by 3 old soldiers. They once saved a few elves deep in the forest. The elves gave them 3 magical gifts as thanks: a hat that could create anything, a harp that could control everything, and a bag that poured out endless gold coins. At first, they didn't believe the elves, but when a carriage appeared before them, they realized it wasn't just a dream. Bimbak plucked the harp. A coachman showed up right after. The 3 of them rode the carriage all the way to the royal city. They booked the best hotel using a ton of gold, but their fancy clothes and wealth caught the hotel owner's eye. He reported them to the king, saying 3 wealthy men had arrived in town. The king immediately held a grand welcome banquet. During the meal, they laid eyes on the princess. Her angelic beauty took their breath away. Trying to win her heart, each man showed off his treasure. Suak poured gold coins all over the table. As soon as Bimbak strummed his harp, a squad of soldiers marched into the hall. The king saw how powerful their treasures were. He and the princess came up with a bold plan. That night they secretly drugged 2 of the men's drinks. When they passed out, the king swapped their magical items with fakes. Only Paklak still had the real hat. To recover the stolen treasures, Paklak had to sneak into the palace alone. He saw the princess playing with gold coins on the floor. He asked her to return the magical items. But the king showed up and instantly used the harp to summon 3 soldiers. Paklak quickly used his hat to conjure a gun. The king was about to surrender, but the minister suddenly snatched the hat from behind. He used it to create a cage and trapped Paklak inside. Just as the king ordered punishment, Paklak escaped right up the chimney.